I don't know, bro. Have gaming been boring lately, bro? Like, in my opinion, I feel like gaming just ain't the same no more. Like you come on doing what you're doing, you just get on a bit, just I don't know, watch YouTube or something. You don't even worry about the game no more for real. Link into the video, man.
Video games the most during my childhood. Combined, my overactive imagination
But
and
what? Cause like when you play like PlayStation 1, 2, 3, even the 4, it's like all them games that was made on that system was like nostalgia. Like it's just it's crazy. It was way better than like PS5 games.
free time meant I inhabited virtual fantasy worlds almost as much as the real one. Now the demands of adulthood and the pedestal of productivity limit the time I can engage with the medium, and yet I can't help but feel that new video games have become boring, not because I've grown older, but because the industry has failed to innovate over the past 2 decades in any meanmeaningful way.
Not for
Never
real,
before
bro.
have video games had such fidelity.
Like every game's doing battle pass now. It's like every game go to battle pass now. Like go to battle pass, bro. Fortnite really ruined games, bro, because that battle pass is really annoying, bro. Like it made something new, bro. Like nobody want to keep on. You know what I'm saying?
Never before have their mechanics been so complex, and never before have they been so expensive to produce. But for all these advances and inordinate amounts of money being thrown at studios, I still can't bring myself to spend more than 10 minutes playing. The industry has fallen
And then let's just talk about 2K, bro. That's a game I play a lot. Like 2K, okay, let's start right. 2K16. 2K16 was a good game. 2K17 was good. 2K18 was alright. 2K19 they kind of bounced back a little bit. 2K20 was good too. 2K21 was decent because they had next gen. That's when they crossed over to next gen. So that really messed it up. But then 2K22, that bit was all right. It wasn't as like, you know what I'm saying, but it was all right. 2K23 came out. That's when I feel like it started going downhill. Now you got 2K24 that's out. That joint is complete trash. They added a freaking Hall of Fame or some junk. You gotta pay $20 a month. But I don't know, bro. That junk trash.
A rut. Studios are engaged
Anyway,
in the
bro.
business of constructing new veneers for established models. Since the RPG genre was
Bro,
firmly
this game
established in the early
this game's so trash, bro. I swear. My homeboy made me buy this bit for like $20, $30 or something like that, bro. She still owe me money to this day, bro. Like Fallout 76, bro.
reproduced
I was in that bit killing beetles and bugs and junk, bro. Like what? I don't know, bro. Nigga owe me $30.
time again. This isn't due to sheer laziness. The industry reflects established tastes. If we take a recent RPG such as 2018's Kingdom Come Deliverance and compare it to 2008's Oblivion, the basic building blocks are the same. There's a compelling narrative, an open world, choice, a cast of varied characters, and an engaging combat system. This is what fans expect and want from a game that calls itself an RPG. Indeed, when we look at the film industry, we're reminded that certain types of film have persisted because people continue to enjoy them. But the difference between the film industry and the games industry is that in film, at the sidelines, and sometimes even in the mainstream, there is substantial change. There are directors willing to challenge established paradigms, writers willing to raise uncomfortable questions, studios willing to go out on a limb and fund experimental new projects. This is art. Art makes us question our assumptions. It raises questions, it engages our empathy, and art is something rarely produced in the mainstream because it has to challenge accepted taste. Insiders of the game industry are best placed to comment on its pitfalls. Brie Cole
And like, bro, I miss like street basketball, street football, Midnight Club, the first like couple crews that came out. I don't know, bro. It's on, bro. Like gaming back then was way funner than it is now, bro. Like
her experience working for a big studio noted 2 things in a 2016 article. The first is that games haven't changed because they're being made by the same people as 2 decades ago. The second is that if games want to capture new audiences and not merely pander to existing ones, then games need to be more artful. Most mainstream games are boring because they offer little emotional or intellectual challenge. I'm bored of many modern RPGs because they offer the same essential experience that was on offer a decade ago. And it would make sense that this is largely because who's making them hasn't changed. The majority of developers are male computer science or game design graduates. There's a lack of not only women voices, but the voices of those whose experience might lie in other mediums and whose input may challenge existing paradigms in the industry. The games that have excited me over the last few years have almost always been those produced by studios with a fresh perspective. The development of Disco Elysium, the isometric RPG made by ZA/UM, was led by a novelist, for instance, and it shows.
There is nothing only warm primordial blackness.
What are you talking about?
Disco Elysium takes a psychological approach to role
What are you
playing.
talking about this
The
game?
player doesn't get
I
to
would not play
choose
this
how their
game.
character fights. Rather, they shape how they approach problems and other people, building on one of the most exciting aspects of video game storytelling.
I never liked the third
Disco
person
Elysium
game, but
incorporates an interactive
it's
stream
something
of
like this, like the camera
consciousness
too
that
far
allows
out,
one to
bro.
explore and develop the protagonists to their fullest emotional depth. Ninja Theory's Hellblade: Senua's Sacrifice gave us a traditional, linear, action-adventure game but through the lens of mental health and psychological trauma. Critical to the production process was the input of those suffering from schizophrenia as well as world-leading psychologists. It was these perspectives that allowed the developers to create a gaming experience like no other, where the narrative is told not through dialogue or exposition, but through the voices in the protagonist's head. The future of the gaming industry lies in these sorts of video games, those that take existing structures and radically rework them. And because of the pioneering work of studios like Ninja Theory and ZA/UM, it has never been more financially feasible to be experimental. There is a growing audience for these sorts of games, not least because thousands of gamers, like myself, are bored with the mainstream. Video games aren't inherently boring, and they shouldn't be like an old toy you toss aside as you get older. The unique dynamic of player interactivity means that games offer revolutionary ways through which to tell stories. If more developers realised this potential and took a more adventurous approach, they'd succeed not only in drawing back dispirited fans, but in capturing the attention of new audiences.
And like, bro, this one is like, let's look at the comment section, man. Another nasty element in modern times is developers releasing unfinished games and then sliding the rest of exactly, bro. Like microtransactions killed the game, bro. Gaming, bro. Like a game would come out, it be not even done, but you would put it in a DLC or a microtransaction or you know what I'm saying, a battle pass or something like that, and, or you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, bro. Let me know how y'all feel about gaming. I mean, in my opinion, I feel like I don't really play a game like that no more, for real. To be honest, like I used to. But it is what it is, man. See y'all tomorrow, man.